Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good morning to one and all. We are on the fourth lesson of the third unit, that is 3.4. How was the first letter, how the first letter was written. Obviously, it's just a comic, humorous story where we interpret things in different manner, in different ways. What I say, you understand it in one sense, but maybe the meaning is something different. So it is always to get your doubts cleared up. Whenever you have doubts, you have queries, you have problems, you have questions, you have to get your doubts cleared up. So this is a letter written by a small kid in a visualized manner, in a drawing manner, in a painting manner, in such a way that it is done. And let's see what it is, the meaning it gets out from one person to another person, from the child to the stranger, and from the stranger to the mother which the letter was supposed to be delivered to. This is written by Rudyard Kipling. This is a small part of the complete story or story itself. The name of the story itself is How the First Letter Was Written, and it was written by Rudyard Kipling, a good, well-known or renowned writer, author, narrator in your English literature panoramic views. So let's go ahead with it in what it is saying. Once upon a time, the most early time was a Neolithic man. Neolithic means obviously it was more than thousands and thousands of years ago. He lived cavily in a cave. Cavily, obviously people who live in the cave, obviously they have to live in a cavily manner. That means staying indoors where there are no fans, no lights, there's just one inlet, no exit, where everything comes from one side itself, only one entrance in that manner. And he wore very few clothes, and he couldn't read, and he couldn't write, and he couldn't want, and he didn't want to, and except when he was hungry, he was quite happy. That means these people could not read, these people could not write, these people could not do anything what they wanted to, but only when they were hungry, they used to start smiling and start looking for food in that case. His name was Tegumai Bobsulai, and that means man who does not put his foot forward in a hurry. That means a person who is sensitive, who is sensible. One word, precautious, was the meaning of this particular name, Tegumai Bobsulai. The other, but we, O best beloved, will call him Tegumai for short, and his wife's name was Teshumai Twindro. And that means a lady who asks very many questions. That means an inquisitive person in one word. That means a lady whose name is Teshumai Twindro is a person who is very, very inquisitive, who asks many, many questions even after understanding also. It was in that manner. Third one, and a little girl, daughter, named as Tefimai Mechulumai. And that means small person without any manners who ought to be spanked. That means a person who is a you could call it a spoiled brat, a spoiled child in that particular way. And the three meanings of three words, Shumai, the father, Tegumai, the father, Teshumai, the mother, and the small child name is Tefimai, where we shall be calling them in different manner, Tegumai, Teshumai, and Tafi, in such a particular way. Now, attend and listen. That means now you got to listen to what is actually happening, and finally how the first letter was written by Rudyard Kipling, and how it was interpreted, or you can say in simple language, how it was translated from one person to another in a different manner. One day Tegumai Bobsulai went down the beaver swamp. Beaver is the name of an animal, which is obviously it is an amphibian, which has a broad tail. I've given the meaning of beaver if I'm not mistaken, somewhere or the other. Yes, beaver is an animal with smooth fur, sharp teeth and flat tail. More or less it looks like a mouse, but it is huge and larger than the mouse. Swamp is a marshy land, wetland, where these type of wild animals do behave and find them out there. To the Vagai river, name of a river, it is Vagai river, to spear carp fish that can be caught by carp. Carp is an instrument, a device to catch fish, like you have the harpoons in that way. Teshumai went with Tegumai also for shipping, and Tegumai always carried his spear with him for the fishing part of it. Made of wood with sharp shark teeth. Shark teeth, obviously shark is the name of fish, where they use it for jabbing or killing the fish with their own harpoons. And before he caught any fish at all, he accidentally broke it clean across by jabbing it. Jabbing it means poking it. Jabbing, given the meaning? Yeah. Jabbing, poking, pricking, roughly and hitting. He hit, instead of hitting the fish, he hit a rock, and the sphere broke at the very part where the shark tooth was. Broke it clean across. I mean, they were miles and miles away from home. Tegumai had forgotten to bring any extra spear. Obviously, Tegumai, the father of Taffy, he had carried only one spear with him, and that spear had broken without getting even a catch of the fish. That means without catching even one fish, he broke his spear, and he did not carry his extra spear, which was actually at home. Which was there at home. He could have brought it. He could have carried one instead of one. They could have carried two spears, and now they were without a spear. And again, thinking over it, what could they do? They were without any spear, they were without any fish, and that means dinner would be blank. Dinner will be vacant. Dinner will not be available for them without a fish in that particular. And they were miles and miles away from the own home, from the cave where they were staying, where they were living. Here the pretty kettle of fish. Pretty kettle of fish means what? I've given the meaning if I'm not mistaken. Pretty kettle of fish means a messy situation. That means you are nowhere. After getting everything, yet you are short of something which is the main part of it, and you cannot do that particular work. That means you are in a situation where you cannot do anything at all, where you are caught in a catch of problems, where we people can think that we can do everything, but because of one particular thing, it is unavailable. Like now you want to view something on YouTube and you have everything available. All of a sudden there is a crash down at the internet. Then what will you do? Everything is ready. You are ready to sit on your smart TV, your electricity is working, your fan is working, people are seated in the class, everything is online, ready for the go. What happens? There is a crash at the internet section and we have to sit idle. Then that means there is no option to us. Even if you have a battery backup or inverter backup, it is no use because the internet is not working. So that is like a catch in the way. The messy, fishy situation is where we are all ready for everything, but all turns into a mess up. There is your big black spear at home, said Taffy. Let me run back to the cave and ask mommy to give it to me. That means Taffy, the girl, small child, is telling father that if you give me permission, I'll run back home and ask mommy to give that black spear, and I'll bring it and give it to you immediately so that you can carry on with your fishing work. It's too far for your little fat feet or legs out here, said Tegumai. Besides, you might fall into the beaver swamp and be drowned. We must make the best of a bad job. That means whatever situation we are under, make the best of a bad job. That means whatever situation we are under, we should do our best under all types of circumstances, even if they are unavoidable circumstances. That means even if there is some sort of problem, if there is a problem, there is a solution. So always be positive and get your problem solved in a positive manner. Getting it, dear? Understanding? Okay. Then obviously Tegumai has a bag full of various sorts of things in his bag. There are mending bags, there is strips of leather, lumps of beeswax, raisins, and he starts to mend that particular spear of his, which he was carrying it and has been broken up in this particular manner. Next page, 74. Taffy sat down too with her toes in the water and her chin in her hand and thought very hard. Then she said, I say, Daddy, it's an awful nuisance that you and I don't know how to write, isn't it? If we did, we could send a message for the newspaper. Now, Taffy and daughter and father are both talking to each other. If we could write, if we could read, obviously we could send message through something or the other and get our spear to our place where we can do our fishing done today. Just then a stranger man came along the river, but he belonged to a far tribe, the Tewaras, and he did not understand one word of Tegumai's language. He stood on the bank and smiled at Taffy because he had a little girl daughter of his own at home. Tegumai drew a hank of deer sinew. Hank means, I've given you the word of hank, loosely tied bundles of strings. Thread, that means, string, that means. Tegumai drew a hank of strings from his mending bag, repair bag, all tools and devices in that particular bag that he had kept, and began to mend his spear. That means Tegumai began doing his own work and Taffy was sitting with her legs in the river, Vaigai river, and talking to herself and talking to Tegumai, but Tegumai is busy in doing his own work by repairing the spear all the while. And on the way, a stranger man comes and looks at Tegumai, and both are unable to understand what they are speaking. That means the stranger man is a Tewara, obviously another tribal people, and Tegumai has a different language, the stranger man has a different language. It is but obvious when there are two different languages and they do not know each other's language, then it is very, very, very difficult to communicate with each other. Therefore, the main problem was communication gap between both the tribal people. Come here, said Taffy, do you know where my mummy lives? And the stranger man said, That means Taffy was talking to the stranger man and telling that, do you know, she is asking in her language and the stranger man is replying in his own language. It means yes. Silly, said Taffy, and she stamped her foot because she saw a shoal of very big carp. Carp is the name of a fish. Shoal is a collective noun for fishes. Shoal is a collective noun for fishes. Shoal, collective noun. Like you have fleet of ship, flock of birds, litter of puppies, pack of cards, herd of animals, a band of thieves, so on and so forth. That way, shoal is a collective noun for fish. Shoal of fish, collective noun for fishes, for fish. Shoal of fish, in that way. Then we have, don't bother, grown-up, said Tegumai, so busy with his spear mending that he did not turn around. I aunt, said Taffy, I only want him to do what I want him to do and he won't understand. That means Taffy is saying to father, I'm asking this person, this gentleman, to do some work for me and he should be able to do my work because but he is unable to understand my language. Obviously the stranger man and Taffy and Tegumai are having two different languages, and the communication gap because of the unknown language is creating a problem for both of them. Then don't bother me, said Tegumai, and he went on pulling and straining at the deer sinew. Sinew is the muscle of the deer, or the twine or the string that is being used by Tegumai to do the repairing work of the spear. The stranger man, a genuine Tiwara, was sat down on the grass, and Taffy showed him what her daddy was doing. The stranger man thought, this is a wonderful child. She stamped her foot at me and she makes faces. She must be the daughter of the noble chief, who is so great that he won't take any notice of me. So he smiled more politely than ever. That means now the stranger man is thinking something different, and Tegumai is thinking something different. Tegumai is busy with his making and repairing of the spear, whereas the stranger man is thinking that he is a chief of a tribal people, and he is busy doing his own work rather than giving attention to the stranger man. And even more politely, he does in the same manner, tries to smile. The stranger man tries to smile again to Tegumai, so that it will be appreciable, and the chief will the stranger man would help the chief to get out of the trouble that they are facing at present. Now, said Taffy, I want you to go to my mommy, because your legs are longer than mine, and you won't fall into the beaver swamp and ask for daddy's spear, the one which is with the black handle that hangs over our fireplace. Now Taffy is talking in her own language, and the stranger man is just shaking his head just in a smiling manner, because he also has a small girl daughter of the same age in that manner. Taffy is telling, go to my home, because you are tall, you are long, and your legs are longer than mine, so you will not fall in the beaver swamp. Apart from that, you will go to my house and get the black spear which is hanging over the fireplace. Fireplace is a place where fire is burnt inside the house to keep the house warm in that way. Any questions, any queries, any doubts, you're most welcome to ask me. Jazakallah, call me as and when required. We are available all around the clock. Jazakallah, Assalamu alaikum, Khuda Hafiz.